I'm Miss Dara from the Rogers Public Library.
And I'm Amy.
And we are doing Creative Coders today. So I know you all probably know a lot about coding because we do it in schools, but maybe there's some that haven't. So what is coding?
So coding is kind of like a step-by-step instruction of what a computer uses to complete a task. It's usually a written list of instructions in a language that a computer will understand, and there are several languages that they can understand, and we'll talk about that later.
Okay, so when you're coding, you need to write like the instructions in a special language, and that's those languages that you talked about, and we'll get into all those. But you also, the computers are really not very smart. They can't think by themselves, so this is how we have to tell them, like, they have to be told exactly what we want them to do, or else they can't figure it out. So who writes code?
So it's usually just computer programmers, but there are also freelancers who just like to do it for fun.
So a computer programmer is somebody who writes the programs that tell the computer what to do. A program is a list of instructions that tell the computer what to do. And the list is known as an algorithm. So that's your special word for today is algorithm. So it's just the written language that tells the computer what to do. So computers can come up, we can think of other languages like to explain how we do things. There's all kinds of different languages. But this is one, like we can say how we're going to brush our teeth. We can come up with our algorithm of how we brush our teeth. So, how do you brush your teeth?
Well, first I grab my toothbrush, then I wet it under the faucet, and then I put some toothpaste on it, and then I get to brushing.
So, if a computer was using that set of instructions, we would have missed a few steps. So, the water doesn't come on by itself. We have to turn it on. You have to pick up your toothbrush. You can't just put the toothpaste on it by itself. There's a lot of different things. So computers are very picky because you have to have step-by-step instructions. So I'm going to tell how to make a peanut butter sandwich, which I don't eat peanut butter. But if I were to make a peanut butter sandwich, first I have to get out the bread. And then I unfasten the bread and I get the bread out. And so I have 2 pieces of bread. And then I need to spread peanut butter on one side. But first I have to get the peanut butter, open the jar, and then dip my knife into the peanut butter, spread it on one side of the bread, and then on the other side of the bread, I need to put my jelly. So I open the jelly jar and I use my knife to dip into the jelly and spread it on there. And then I can put my 2 pieces of bread together. And I'm sure I missed some few steps. Did you think of any I missed?
Yeah, the peanut butter doesn't just magically appear. You have to call it as an item, and as well as the bread and the jelly, so.
Yeah, see, there's a lot of steps. And so even doing simple things, we don't think of everything that we're doing, but I was trying really hard to think of everything, and I still missed some. So what about you guys think if you're going down a slide? If you can think of like an algorithm to tell us how you're going down a slide, and you can just put that in the comments and let us know how you do that. That would be awesome. All right, so what are some different coding languages?
So HTML is one of these languages, and it's usually what web pages on the internet are written in.
I personally like to use Scratch. Scratch was written for kids to help them make their own computer programs. So you can create your own games and stuff using Scratch, which is it's fun to use.
Python is another one, and it's usually just used like when you search things on the internet, and it helps to organize stuff.
And then there's also Java. Java is used to do some of the same things as Python, but it can be used to make computer games and apps. So that's just the main ones. I'm sure there's more, lots more, but that's just the main ones we're going to mention today. So we have some websites. If you guys are interested in going to a few websites, these are just a few of the free ones that you can use to learn more about coding and to play some coding games and learn how to do coding. So one of them we've already talked about with the languages was Scratch. And so Scratch is a website that you can go to if you just search for Scratch, and that'll pop right up. There's also a Scratch Junior, and they also have apps that you can use for Scratch.
Another one is code.org. I've never personally used it, but
I have. Code.org is really good. They have a lot of games. You can even play like some of your favorite characters have games on code.org. Like, let's see, Minecraft has it, and then like, just like some of your, I can't think, like superheroes and things like that have some games that you can play.
One that I've used is Khan Academy, and it's just, if you go to their website and you search computer programming or just on a Google search, it should come up. It has actual teachers teaching how to do it, and then you can just go from there. They show more resources and how to properly do it.
Code Academy is one that is usually for older kids and adults to use, and it's really good, and it teaches you. I actually used it in graduate school, so it's got some advanced stuff with it too. And then Code Combat, I have never used, but it's a new one, and they say it's really, really fun and easy to use. So that one might be one to check out.
Code Monster is another one, but I've never used it.
I've never used that one either, but those are like the recommended websites if you look for coding. So today I'm going to introduce you to one of my friends here. This is Cubeto, and he is a robot that you can use to learn coding. So you want to hold Cubeto, and he's just a little wooden box, and on the bottom he has wheels, and so he will move around, and he has, let's see, a remote. So this is his remote. Let's turn it right side up. And so you put pieces. It has all these different pieces, and you just put these in here. So this would be an up, and then this is one direction, and let's do a down, and then I guess this would be forward, and then that's just a stop. And so you can put them in any order, and then you push the go, and Cubeto will go around with it. And he also comes with a little booklet with adventures, and you can buy different adventures that he can go on. And it just tells you like each little step you need to do to get him to a different square on his little map. And let's just hold this up here. And it's really big, and it's like a cloth map that he just rolls across on, and he's really fun to use. So he's one that you can use to learn coding, and sometime when you're at the library, when we open back up, maybe you can try him and see how he works. All right, so that was fun, and next week we'll go more in depth into coding and have more fun. So we'll see you. Bye-bye.